Imagine a day without your phone, without social media, without anyone calling your name, checking in on you, or needing anything from you. Just you, completely alone. What is the first feeling that arises within you? Peace or emptiness? Comfort or unease? The truth is, many of us fear being alone, not because we hate solitude, but because we don't know how to connect with ourselves. We constantly seek something external to fill the void within: work, relationships, validation from others. But what if you could find true fulfillment from within, without relying on anything or anyone else? Today, I want to talk about a power that can completely transform your life: the ability to connect with your inner self. If you've ever felt lost, even in a crowd, if you've chased success, yet still felt like something was missing, then maybe what you truly need isn't more, but deeper. And it all starts with understanding and appreciating yourself. By the end of this video, you'll understand why many people fear being alone, not because they despise solitude, but because they haven't learned how to appreciate and truly know themselves. I will help you discover how to find inner peace without relying on external factors. This knowledge won't just make you happier, it will create a more meaningful life where you no longer depend on others for validation. You won't want to miss this valuable insight that could help you find fulfillment from within. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that follow button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos. If this topic resonates with you, comment 1. If not, comment 0 to help me improve and create better content for you. And if you find this topic helpful, don't forget to like and share to spread this message to more people. Now let's dive in. Who are you living for? I want you to picture this scenario. You walk into an electronics store, standing in front of a display of the most expensive smartphones. Your heart races as your fingers trace the sleek edges of the latest iPhone. Your eyes light up, imagining yourself holding it, snapping a mirror selfie, and posting it on social media. But wait, do you really need it? Or are you just trying to prove something to someone else? This is a story I've seen countless times. People swiping their credit cards, taking out loans, or even putting themselves in financial distress just to own a luxury item. Not because they genuinely need it, but because they believe it will make them be perceived a certain way. A phone is no longer just a device, it becomes a ticket to social validation. I once had a conversation with a friend like this. She worked tirelessly, earned a modest salary, yet always appeared online flaunting expensive belongings. When I asked about her job and life, her response was filled with exhaustion. "I really hate this job. The pay isn't going anywhere," she admitted. But moments later, I saw her posting a new picture, holding the latest iPhone, captioned with confidence. Why do we do this? Why do we push ourselves so hard to convince others that we're happy when in reality we're not? The simple answer: we are disconnected from ourselves. When you don't truly understand and appreciate yourself, you seek validation from the outside. You buy things you don't need, chase standards set by others, and strive to please everyone, just to earn a fleeting like or a temporary compliment. But external validation is like the wind. It comes and goes in an instant. You may feel a momentary high, but soon after, the emptiness creeps back in. But what if you didn't need that validation? What if you could look in the mirror and feel whole, recognizing your own worth without needing anyone else's approval? How would your life change? The truth is, when you learn to enjoy your own company, understand yourself, and find joy even in solitude, you'll realize something profound. True happiness doesn't come from what you own. It comes from how you feel about yourself. Are you living for yourself or for others? Imagine this. You just stepped out of a phone store, holding the latest iPhone in your hands. Your heart races with excitement, and your mind plays out the perfect scenario. You'll take a stunning selfie, post it on Instagram, and then boom! Hundreds of likes flood in. Someone will comment, "Wow, such a fancy phone." Maybe someone else will even feel a little jealous. But then what happens next? You put the phone in your pocket, look around, and realize nothing has really changed. The initial thrill starts to fade. Then, the credit card bill arrives. The price of that phone, more than a month's salary, is still sitting there, waiting to be paid. And suddenly, that luxurious feeling doesn't seem so fun anymore. I once heard someone say, "I bought this phone because I want people to think highly of me." That statement shocked me. This is a perfect example of chasing external validation, a fleeting sense of happiness that comes at the cost of your money, time, and even your own freedom. Think about it. You spend months working tirelessly just to pay off a purchase you didn't truly need. When you bought it, you thought it would make you happy, but a few weeks later, you're back to feeling the same, empty, unfulfilled, craving more. And so the cycle continues, this time, maybe with an expensive scooter, a designer bag, or another luxury item. You keep thinking the next purchase will finally satisfy you, but in reality, it's just repeating the same loop as that phone. The problem isn't the phone itself. The real issue is that you don't feel complete on your own. If you were truly happy, you wouldn't need anyone to validate it. You wouldn't need likes or comments to feel good about yourself. It's like when you're thirsty, you drink a glass of water and feel refreshed. You don't need someone to applaud and say, "Wow, congratulations on drinking water," or when you enjoy a delicious meal, you savor the taste for yourself. You don't need someone to say, "Wow, you're eating steak, that looks so classy." True happiness works the same way. It doesn't require anyone's approval. It comes from being connected with yourself, finding joy from within, and freeing yourself from the standards set by others. So before you swipe your card to buy something just to prove something to someone else, take a moment and ask yourself, will this truly make me happy? Or am I just seeking validation from someone else? If the answer is the latter, then maybe you don't really need that purchase. Are you chasing likes or happiness? You post a new photo on Instagram, 200 likes. A few hours later, the number climbs to 3,400. You change your profile picture. Boom, 500 likes. You feel like an influencer. But then what? You still don't feel happy. Why? Because all those numbers only give you a temporary high, like a small wave crashing onto the shore before quickly receding. After a while, the emptiness creeps back in. You need another photo, another like, another compliment to fill the void. But do you realize what's happening? It's an endless cycle. You're trading your freedom for other people's approval. Imagine this. You're thirsty, so you drink a glass of water. Instantly, your thirst is quenched. You don't need someone standing next to you saying, "Wow, congratulations on drinking water." Or when you're hungry, you eat a delicious meal and savor every bite. You don't need someone to say, "Wow, you're eating steak, that looks so classy." True happiness works the same way. It comes from enjoying your own life instead of constantly seeking validation from others. If you can't find joy within yourself, you'll always need something external to fill that void. A new phone, designer shoes, a luxury car. But then what? You're back to where you started, searching, buying, chasing after fleeting happiness. And here's the important part. When you can't fill yourself from within, you become an easy target for scams. Let me tell you a secret about how people manipulate you. They don't target what you already have. They target what you lack but desperately desire. If you're short on money, they'll offer you a fail-proof investment opportunity. If you crave success, they'll paint you a shortcut to wealth. If you seek validation, they'll make you believe that owning a certain item or joining a certain group will make you special. Scammers don't go after those who already feel fulfilled. They prey on those who feel like they're missing something: money, recognition, or a sense of worth. Remember this: a truly happy person is hard to deceive because they don't need anything to prove their value. So before you chase a new trend, before you swipe your card for an expensive purchase just to impress others, ask yourself, do I truly want this, or am I just trying to fill an inner void? Because if you don't find happiness from within, the world will always find a way to make you feel like you're never enough. Relationships, a gift or a tool? Have you ever felt like someone only reaches out when they need a shoulder to lean on? When they're sad, lonely, or going through a rough time, they text you, invite you for coffee, and talk for hours. But when life is good for them, you almost disappear from their world. If this sounds familiar, chances are you've been a tool in someone's life without realizing it. Here's a harsh truth. We often unconsciously turn people into tools, or we ourselves become tools in others' lives. People don't always intentionally take advantage of others, but they only remember you when they have a need. Someone may be a great friend when they need a listener, but are they still there when you need to share your happiness? Think about your relationships. Do you reach out to people only when you need them? Or do you truly appreciate them for who they are? This dynamic can happen in all kinds of relationships, friendships, love, work, and they all share a common root: inner lack. A person who can't comfort themselves will seek someone else to fill the emptiness. A person who can't find their own value will cling to external validation. And this is exactly how scammers succeed. They don't target those who feel whole. They target those who lack money, lack attention, lack love, lack recognition. Take romance scams, for example. Have you ever heard of people being deceived by online lovers they've never met? A lonely person can be easily convinced by sweet promises from a stranger. It doesn't matter that they've never seen them in real life. If the other person says exactly what they need to hear, they will believe it. Because they don't need truth, they need the feeling of being loved. Financial scams work the same way. Con artists don't approach people who are content with what they have. They seek out the ambitious, the ones who want to get rich quickly, the desperate looking for an opportunity. They paint dreams of wealth and success, and if you desire it enough, you'll blindly follow. Do you see the pattern? When you can't fill yourself from within, the world will always have someone ready to sell you a dream. So the key is not to doubt everyone, but to truly connect with yourself. When you feel whole, you will see relationships differently. You won't make friends just to have someone listen to you. You won't fall in love just to fill a void. You won't jump into risky ventures just because you feel lacking. You will choose the people in your life not because you need them, but because you genuinely appreciate them. And when that happens, relationships will no longer be tools, they will be gifts. Fulfillment, the secret to avoiding scams. Imagine this. You're standing in the middle of a desert, your throat dry, your entire body craving a sip of water. Suddenly, a stranger appears, offering you a bottle of cold water. Would you check if it's clean? Probably not. You would grab it immediately and drink every drop because, in that moment, nothing else matters but quenching your thirst. This is exactly how scammers operate. They don't target people who already have enough water. They seek out those who are thirsty for money, love, validation, or a sense of belonging. Someone who has $1 isn't necessarily safe because if they desperately want 10, 100, or 1,000, they'll chase after anything that promises to get them there. That's why so many people believe in risk-free investments with massive returns. If someone is truly content with what they have, would they still blindly chase after get-rich-quick dreams? Similarly, romance scammers don't approach people randomly. They have an exceptional ability to analyze and observe their targets, identifying exactly what they lack. A woman longing for genuine love? They'll say exactly what she needs to hear. A man who doesn't feel attractive enough? They'll paint a perfect picture of a soulmate waiting just for him. And the moment the victim believes, the trap snaps shut. So there's one simple yet incredibly effective rule to avoid being scammed. Don't let yourself become thirsty. If you are already fulfilled, you won't be easily tempted by sweet promises or opportunities that sound too good to be true. If you are happy with yourself, you won't need someone else to validate your worth. But here's the important part. Fulfillment isn't something you achieve overnight. It's a journey. It starts with spending time with yourself instead of constantly searching for external things to fill the void. We spend hours scrolling through TikTok, glued to online drama. But do we ever stop and ask ourselves, what do I truly need? Am I actually happy? As we wrap up today's conversation, take a moment to reflect. Are you truly happy when you're alone? Can you find fulfillment without seeking validation from others? We've talked about the fear of being alone, not because of solitude itself, but because we haven't yet learned how to connect with ourselves. At first, the silence may feel uncomfortable. But if you take the time to understand yourself, to truly listen to your own thoughts, you'll realize that there's nothing to fear. In fact, it's a source of strength. When you find inner peace, you will no longer feel empty or need anything external to make you feel whole. Understanding this isn't about avoiding connections with the world, but rather about engaging with it in a deeper, more meaningful way. When you truly know who you are, you won't feel the need to seek approval from others because you've already accepted yourself. Take a moment to reflect. What resonated with you the most from today's video? What will you apply to build a stronger relationship with yourself? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on more content that helps you live a fuller, more meaningful, and peaceful life. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I look forward to continuing this journey with you.